I used to be the husband who shopped Christmas Eve.
Shocker.
Waited until 6 o'clock and would run to the department store.
I can relate.
And like the first Christmas, I got her like some scissors.
You got her scissors for Christmas?
I can understand why
Were
you
they
think it's a
extra
foreign
sharp
concept.
to stab you?
They weren't
They weren't even scissors. They were tin snips.
They were gold plated. I was like, it was.
Okay, they were
She
gold-plated.
still has them.
Harry.
Not one other kid in this neighborhood does chores.
You're gonna get in trouble, Murtaugh.
Hey, Ma! Can we get some meatloaf?
He started it.
Mom!
What?
Shut up!
What is the matter with you?
I know it's a school night, so we're just gonna get right down to it.
Good afternoon, or good morning if you're listening at 8 a.m. This is another special edition of Will They Ever Leave? And today we're going to talk about overspending on Christmas. Not that any of my my millennials have, but we're going to talk about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, sales, MasterCard, all the way through Christmas returns, and you buy some more. So we will venture into that. And with me is Sarah Crilly.
Hey everyone, I'm excited to be back on the show.
She was gone for a while. And Catherine, who is her own millennial, and she has her own issues, as we all know.
Oh my goodness.
And childless, godless, speechless, no. Marriedless,
Who could we be talking
Brideless,
about?
childless, godless.
brightless, childless, godless, Zach.
Wow, I've taken such a long hiatus from this show. That is a very long intro, Zach. How do you feel about this?
Thanks for the intro, Harry. Thank you for that. Let's start the show.
So today, as we're getting close to Christmas, a lot of parents are thinking, hey, a $10,000 MasterCard bill should be fine after Christmas. So we're going to talk about that with my two millennials and one starfish.
All right, so we don't go in just thinking $10,000 MasterCard was going to be okay.
It just happens.
Somehow, I would not say $10,000 MasterCard. That's a little extreme.
Maybe 9.
Man, this is cool because I can just hang out and judge.
Right.
But I want to hear your insight on this before I get into, my confessional basically on this topic is overspending. Is that because we're trying to impress who we're buying for? We don't know who we're buying for.
Sheer guilt.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is total guilt. Oh my God, I don't have I've been looking at this Christmas Eve. And, oh my God, there's not enough presents.
Yeah.
And okay, I bought this one big present, but it's just one present. I
In-store
need
shopper, Harry, or Amazon shopper?
both.
You're both.
Both.
You're a mix of both.
A mix of both. So in-store kind of is okay, but laying in your bed shopping Amazon, that's the way to go, frankly.
And for family, friends, for both. Where do you draw the line of who you're shopping for?
My wife.
That's it. Your wife and
is
you're done.
mine.
No kids, nothing. You get coal.
Well, let's harken back
I have
to
no
the day.
guilt.
Let's harken back to the day when you had kids that came down in their Christmas PJs and were expecting Christmas presents under the tree. I mean, that was definitely before internet and online shopping.
Yes.
So, did you do Black Friday?
There was no Black Friday then.
There was no Black Friday.
No Black Friday.
See, I can't remember it when I was a kid, and I'm the same age as your sons. Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I don't remember it as a kid. When did this stuff start happening?
That's a great question. Probably, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago it became a thing.
Yeah.
And it was in the beginning, it was one of those things where one store did it or a couple stores did it. Then the next year, I mean, everybody thought this is a great idea. We'll just drop prices and bring these gullible shoppers in and have them stand outside with 1,000 people for 10 TVs at $2.99.
Right.
And the store sold a bunch of stuff, so more stores got into it. And the deals were really good deals if you were on the first 10 into the store. And then it became like this madhouse, crazy thing you saw on TV where women were fighting each other and people grabbing one TV and
Got out of control.
Sure, the spirit of Christmas was just in all these people, and maybe that's why they were pulling back their punches. I don't know, but it was a madhouse.
What about the toy crazes? When did that start?
And did you participate?
I know that one. That started at Tickle Me Elmo.
Really?
No.
That was the first big
Nope.
one. Come on.
Cabbage
Would you
Patch
agree with
Kid.
that?
People
Harry?
were beating each other in the streets for
Cabbage
Tickle Me
Patch
Elmo.
Kid, my friend.
Cabbage Patch Kid.
Harry's been around longer than the
Back
three
me
of
up.
us.
Harry.
Drive friendly now. Let's not go down that road too fast.
Seasoned. He's seasoned in the studio. He's the most seasoned.
Experienced.
Experienced.
But it was Cabbage Patch Kids was kind of the first one,
I
wasn't
did not
it?
have girls, so I missed that whole insanity.
Oh, okay.
Thank
My
you,
dad did
Lord.
not. He had 3 girls,
He had
so
3
he
girls.
did not
Oh,
miss
bless
that
his heart.
insanity. My mom, you know what she did to avoid that whole shenanigans? They
left town.
bought the heads of the Cabbage Patch dolls, and then my mom made the Cabbage Patch like bodies, and so
how
that's
creative.
how my dad didn't have to sit there on Black Friday.
I don't even know what to say to that.
It sounds awful, but it's actually really creative.
I'm
Okay,
taking notes from your mom.
right? So, okay, so then Harry,
I
a
should have
few
taken
more
notes last
questions
year.
before we get to her Hatchimal saga. Did you have your kids make lists, and did you?
They
all-
made lists, and they were nuts.
And
I
did you buy like
No,
toys off the list, or?
Well, it was a guide, but then I realized it was like just a wish list. Here's buy me this, and that's what it came down to eventually, where it was just ridiculous. And I remember one Christmas, I totaled up their lists and mothers, and it was like $10,000. It was
Oh,
like,
my
oh my
goodness.
God, who do y'all think I am? And that was really like very distressing to me that it just become just I want this, I want this, I want this. And the whole spirit of Christmas was out the window. And at that point, I kind of drew a line like, no, we're going to kind of return back to sanity here. We're getting more insane every year.
So then, what was your return back to sanity?
Well, it was like we started putting, and it sounds crazy, we started putting a limit on how much we would spend on each kid. And holding my wife to that was very interesting because she would look at it like maybe Christmas Eve, and go, oh my God, there's not enough presents. Or this child has more than this child, and that can't happen. So there was some tension always where we buying the kids enough, but then on Christmas morning when you couldn't see the kids for all the paper and all the wrapping and all the toys and everything. And in fact, when the boys were young, now when I'm talking about like when my oldest son was like 2, we bought him, maybe 3, we bought him this real cool train that you rode, put tracks around the living room. It was just, he rode around it, and it was very cool. We had a lot of fun. We bundled that up and put it in the attic and brought it out again next year.
Yes, and I've heard of this, the rewrapping. They're going to forget. They're too
They're going to
young.
forget. Absolutely.
Why not? They just get as excited as they can
Absolutely.
be.
That will not work
Save
for
some
our
money.
children, okay? Because let's face it.
But
okay?
it could have. If Julia
They
was
know-
2, would she remember at 3 what she got?
They know when the elf on the shelf has not moved, okay? And
We're
that's our
not
next
talking about
episode.
Elf on the Shelf this show.
But
Our
we're
children
talking about
are older.
consequences, sir.
Anyway, so I
don't
pulled
know.
that
We're
heist.
going to try this. You know what?
It's really good.
I'm going to rewrap.
Tune in next week for the Elf on the Shelf.
Caleb has so many toys. I think I could probably get away with it.
you probably could
how
just go
old
in
is
there and
he?
take
And
some.
I'm going to do a Facebook Live Christmas
No, no,
morning,
no.
and we're going to
How-
get his pure reaction if he's, wait, where has this toy been?
Pick
or
one.
thank you for this
Pick
new
just
toy.
one. Don't do it with a whole bunch. Pick just one. I'll
right.
do the same thing.
so
Alright.
many
Am
kids.
I the
Stay
only one that
tuned,
thinks
y'all.
this is incredibly pessimistic? You're going to rewrap one of your child's toys and then stream it live to the internet to see if he figures
Yeah.
figures
They
it out?
have-
What if he does?
No.
What if he like
clue.
starts crying or something? Like then
won't.
the whole world sees
Caleb
that?
isn't going to
It's-
cry.
it's-
He's just going to look at
Yeah,
me
but
like,
you were
really?
Kathleen, you were talking about 2 and 3-year-olds. How old is Caleb?
Caleb's 7.
Yeah, see, he might figure that out. He's a sharp kid.
Caleb-
Don't
This is an
underestimate your own
experiment.
child.
This is a holiday gift-giving experiment.
Oh,
Right.
no, it's
Zach.
not. This is so an experiment.
telling you,
you're
that's-
chuckling
that's
and
the
wringing,
way to
bringing
save
your hands
money.
together.
We have come up with a few more ways of torturing our children this Christmas, but we won't get into that. I think it's
Happy
time
holidays.
to yes. I
So,
think it's time to tell the Hatchable
Cannot-
story.
Okay, here's the deal.
We're so all over the place.
If you, I figured that maybe you go 1 month of a MasterCard bill. You know, you make whatever your salary is. If it's $800 a month, or $1,000 a month, or $2,000 a month. And when you start getting to the 4 digits, it gets really high. But no more absolute limit of 1 month's salary.
We're talking about guidelines of holiday spending.
Yeah, and 1 month for the family. And at some point, you know, you just want to be careful. I mean, if you're religious, if Christmas means something to you, it's real easy to let it get out of hand and start worrying about the gifts and forget the whole thing about Christmas. And that was what was that's always lurking. It's no longer about Christ's birth. It's no longer about peace in the land. It's about, did I get the Elmo? did he get the little jettison board? I mean, it's like,
See, he didn't say Cabbage Patch Kids. He said, "Oh
Well, I have a story for
You
you.
got the Hatchimal.
I think I just sailed right past him.
See, me too. I
They
don't.
didn't even
I
get it.
totally missed that. Yeah.
So, Harry, have you heard of what a Hatchimal is?
incredibly no.
Hatchimal. So this was announced last year as the toy of the year. 2016, the Hatchimal was the toy. And I'm in PR, so I need to stay on top of the trends, right? So I was watching news, and I had realized, okay, Hatchimals, I need to kind of be tracking on this thing. So it's this little egg figure, and we're handing it to you in studio. This is a exact replica of a small version of a Hatchimal. And for Facebook Live, they can see the Hatchimal was the toy of the year, though it was a bigger version. It was an egg. No, and the premise of this Hatchimal is it's an egg, and then it hatches. You don't know what it's going to turn into, and then you take care of it. But to even build up the suspense of what the Hatchimal is going to be, you don't know what's going to be inside.
When does it hatch?
It hatches because you have to take care of it. But anyways, this came and went on the news, and I just kind of wrote it off like, oh, Caleb's a boy. He's not going to want an egg. What would he want to do with an egg? He's going to want some kind of an Xbox or something. Boy, was I wrong. Because have you heard of YouTube and kid shows and toy shows? Did you know that kids today, some of them, are actually watching children play with toys on YouTube? They're playing with
You're hitting us
action
with a lot of
figures.
big concepts here.
I read about a kid who makes who's made over $1 million.
Unboxing for kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are we really in the age where kids don't even want to play with toys? They just want to watch children play with toys?
Yep.
God, I hope so. That would solve all kinds of spending problems.
So guess what came on the screen? A kid, and he gets a Hatchimal, and so the next thing you know, Caleb wants a Hatchimal. And he has announced to me that every kid in school is going to get a Hatchimal. He needs a Hatchimal. So at October, I had been announced by my 6-year-old child at the time, Mommy, I want a Hatchimal for Christmas.
This was last year?
So this was last year.
Last year, okay.
So I'm thinking, wow, the toy of the year. I wonder how hard this thing is going to get, but let me just kind of
You were
write it
wondering
off.
if he was Metro or something.
I'm wondering, why does he want to play with this girl toy? But it turns out it can hatch, and it could be a boy toy. It could be a green one or a pink one, or, there's different types of things that it could hatch into. So, okay, maybe this is better than the previous year where he wanted a hamster for Christmas. So I was counting my blessings there because I had no more pets for Christmas. That's never happening.
That's a bad idea. It's always a bad idea.
It was a bad idea. And
4 dead in the Denoyer household.
yeah,
You heard it here first, folks. Pets, bad idea. Good Lord, Kathleen.
Wow, you're just like the...
So
you have a black thumb.
I thought the Hatchimal craze was going to miss my house, but the Hatchimal craze was very alive in my house. And so here I am, going online thinking, well, how do I get this Hatchimal thing? Maybe I can just order it on eBay. $400 for these Hatchimals. $400 because
for a bigger version of that?
For a bigger version.
It's about this big.
About a foot tall.
And so I'm thinking, my gosh, how could they be overpricing these things already? The markups in October, $400. There's no way. So go through Thanksgiving, and Caleb and I are walking down the aisles thinking, what do you want to put on your list this year? Okay. And he is frantically looking for these Hatchimals, which they had a big sign at Target and Toys R Us, sold out.
Whoa.
So that wasn't happening. And Caleb, let's look at some other toys.
This is bad, Mom.
He wants a Hatchimal.
Okay.
And so I'm complaining to the office that year, and I'm just like, guys, I don't know how to get this Hatchimal, and I'm certainly not going to spend $400 on eBay.
What if you didn't get the Hatchimal? What were you feeling? Why you had to get it?
I had to get it. I think this became an unhealthy obsession of mine just because I wanted to be able to get this toy.
And so you're not going to be denied.
So there's blogs after blogs after blogs of people that were successful of being able to get this toy.
Wait a minute.
For the $60, not the $400.
So moms were writing blogs about
where
they found
going
Hatchimals.
Crazy. I was not alone in my household.
So
people
you were one of
a
million moms going berserk.
Million moms writing blogs about this.
At the Target at 5 a.m.
Instagram, #Hatchimal. I got my Hatchimal, and so it was kind of like this bitter war of the moms.
So you kind of hated the moms that got the Hatchimals?
And so every day on Instagram, because we're all obsessed with Instagram today in 2017 and in 2016, of is there kind of this what are you getting your kid? What am I getting my kid? Who's going to have a better Christmas kind of stigma? I don't know.
So just to
Our
be
mom's
clear,
at war here.
Yes, that was where you were.
We were at Hatchimal War.
We were at Hatchimal War.
We were at Hatchimal War.
And you did not like reading about moms that got their kids Hatchimals.
And I'd like to think I'm a smart mom. So smart mom, resourceful. So I'm calling Toys R Us, and I'm thinking, hey, Toys R Us, ring, ring, Hatchimals, are you going to get any shipments? I mean, what is kind of the deal here? Oh, yeah, we're getting shipments all the time. Make sure that you stand outside at 5 a.m. with all the other moms that are waiting.
Really? That was what they said?
Yes.
5 a.m.
12 days to Christmas. They're waiting outside for a shipment of a undisclosed amount of Hatchimals. So then I'm thinking, well, let me call Target. I love Target. I bet Target has some. So I call, ring, ring, Target, hello, Hatchimals. Do you have, and specifically I want the boy Hatchimal. I can't get the girl Hatchimal, and I guess I could sell it on eBay and make $400, but still I need the boy Hatchimal. blue
What is a boy
or green,
Hatchimal?
it would come out as a dragon or some other like boy.
Got it. And
animal.
what would a girl Hatchimal come out as?
As some other pink
chicken or something like
That's
Something-
heteronormative.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we continue the Target phone call. Ring, ring. Yes, ma'am. We do get shipments of Hatchimals every single day, actually.
Wow.
And okay, what time does your store open? You want to just like slide me a blue one or something? No. You need to wait with all the other moms. So can I essentially call you every day to see if you got the shipment? And she goes, oh yeah, absolutely. Well, how many do you typically get? 2, 1 sometimes. I'm like, well, how many moms are waiting outside for this thing? Oh, we have a lot of moms and dads and grandparents that are waiting. And the first in line, we basically will number them off who can get, in place of order of who gets a Hatchimal. So I was feeling very defeated. But yes, I started
minute,
calling
just-
around.
so moms
There's
would
lots
stand
of
in line.
targets, right? So if one Target has 2, maybe the next. So I called around all these different Targets. I did wait outside for about 15 minutes, and I'm kind
At
of
5
looking
a.m.?
around. Not at 5 a.m. It was right before
She's
work.
not a
Thinking
5 a.m.
maybe
woman.
because Target was different than Toys R Us. They get their shipments throughout the day.
I'm really
Do you know how much
engaged in
this
this
was
story,
messing
but
me?
like, please,
This was messing with
let's
me.
get to the.
Yeah, I know.
You're killing
Okay,
me. Yeah, I
so-
can't wait.
so this is
I'm like
where-
a kid at Christmas.
Wait,
This is where I
you
went.
have to understand the anxiety that she felt for 4
I
weeks.
knew Sarah in 2016. All right, this was like a perpetual thing. We had an office pool going around on whether or not she'd find one.
and
This is a
she
whole
called
deal.
me on the way to work every day to
Yeah.
talk about this
It was,
Hatchimal.
it was time or money at that point, Harry. Okay, so I'm going to build up
Time
the
or money
psychology.
or guilt. Pick any two.
$60 to wait in line for 8 hours of my life potentially to not even get one, or spend
Right.
$400 on eBay. So I go to my parents who, are trying to figure out what
no.
special toy of the year to get. And I'm like, what if we just all go in on this Hatchimal thing and just spend the $400 on Amazon and get it?
No.
And we did.
Oh!
So then
Sucker you!
I did. And then there was this anxiety of, is the mailman going to steal it? So I'm waiting and pacing in.
Because it
You're
says
guarding your mailbox.
Hatchimal on the
Here's
box.
the other thing. Hatchimal on the way, though, would this deliver by Christmas?
Yeah.
So that was the other thing, because we had
Oh, God.
waited so late.
Pull out the Xanax.
Yes. And it was
Down the
delivered.
bottle.
And it was delivered here to this office. And everybody's crowding around, needs to see this Hatchimal, and we're so excited to
What
see
day
it.
was
And
it
here it
delivered?
was. We unboxed. But we didn't know if it was going to be blue or green.
It's
and
an
everybody had
egg.
a
We
guess.
were worried about that.
Yes,
Yes.
because Caleb's favorite color was green.
Right, we had a
Harry,
secondary pool going
let's
for this.
wait. Let's
Have we
back
set
this
the
up
table
and summarize.
totally? I don't think we've set the table
Let's
totally.
back this up and summarize, okay? She didn't think she needed to get it. Then she realized with monumental amounts of anxiety that she had to have it, and she wasn't sure if she got the right color of the egg.
Of
At
the
this
egg.
point, I needed the perfect one. We were spending $400 on this thing.
You
I
want the
better get the right
perfect
color.
egg.
We wanted the
The
perfect
perfect
egg.
So wait,
Hatchimal.
hold on, real quick. You're telling me the scalper that ripped you off didn't tell you what color it was?
don't
Nobody,
know.
you don't know what's going to hatch out
In-
of this thing. So the surprise
No.
element
What, so they couldn't look at
was the draw to this toy.
They couldn't like look in the box and just tell you what's
No,
up?
no. 'cause
No,
the-
do you see the box? It's got eyes and it's mysterious.
Oh,
What
so
is
there's
gonna
no
hatch?
indication.
There's
of
no
the
indication of
outside
a
it,
Hatchimal what
what's
is going
in
to
it.
hatch.
Do not
I
know
encourage
what's
everybody
gonna
to go on Hatchimal.com and
No,
just
let's
see
not.
what
Let's not. Let's
options.
not. Let's
They're
not.
not endorsing this episode by
So,
any means.
That's
so
just
to
good
wrap
marketing.
this up in
That's
a pretty
her
little
addiction
bow.
talking right
So
now.
let's go back to, we get the Hatchimal, wrapping it for Christmas, and the pretty little bow that Santa is going to deliver to our front doorstep for Caleb's Christmas.
Okay, now wait a
And
minute.
he unwraps.
So
Christmas morning.
he finds it under the tree.
Finds it under the tree.
Wrapped and everything.
Excited.
All right.
You didn't actually have it delivered by Santa-clad courier?
No. Nope. And we should have probably had it
No, you might as
delivered
well have.
by
Right.
Santa at that
Yeah.
point.
Now that you
$50
mention
on
it,
top of
she
it.
knows she blew it.
Oh no!
Rolled up in a
Harry,
carriage with a reindeer.
Harry, hate to put the story at the end in the front. She did blow it, and here's why.
Whoa,
here-
hey,
and
whoa,
so-
whoa, no, go ahead.
Settle down.
Kathleen's my
Spoilers.
moderator here, but she loves the story, and she's on pins and needles right now. So the anxiety, here we are.
Right.
Pinnacle moment.
Right.
Caleb's unwrapping it. Is he going to be a surprise? Is he going to be excited?
No.
And he was.
Well, okay.
But then here's the Hatchimal, and we're waiting for it. We're waiting
have
for it
to
to hatch.
How do you
Love
know
it,
when it's
right?
going to
You
hatch?
It
have to
turns
love it.
out that you have to take care and nurture this egg and love this egg so it will hatch. So you would have to rub the egg, and it would make little squawking noises if you're taking care of it right or wrong. So the Hatchimal will get
That's
mad
so
at you and it will
wrong.
blank these eyes
Oh,
if
it's
you're not
twisted.
taking care of it right. So
So-
it turned out, and then it was like the Hunger Games, Harry, because I'm wanting to take care of the toy and Kayla's wanting to take care of the toy, and we end up getting on a fight
Fighting
on
on
Christmas.
who's gonna
going
rub.
to take care of the Hatchimal just to find out what's going to hatch out of this thing.
And your parents didn't
So
get
the
involved in rubbing the
entire-
Hatchimal.
nobody got nobody really rubbed the Hatchimal, but no, it was to take care of it. So you wanted to pet it. We'll say pet the Hatchimal
Okay.
egg.
Rub it, pet it. Kiss it.
Kathleen's
knock
crying.
on it and it would knock back. If anybody has a Hatchimal that spent $400 that Christmas.
This is sounding like episode 3.
So it hatches and it's blue. And it was so sad because it was not green. It was the wrong color. It was the wrong color.
Oh my God.
It was such an exciting experience to get to that point. But yeah, it was disappointing because it wasn't green.
ancient.
And so I'm looking at my
400
parents
down
and they're looking at me and they're just like,
Okay, no, wait.
is this kid so ungrateful?
So what was his reaction?
He
So
was
first off,
disappointed once it finally hatched that it wasn't.
He was mad it
green.
wasn't green.
how
Or
long
wasn't
did it
green
take to
yet.
hatch?
It took a while.
Like
These
30
things-
minutes?
No,
4
no.
hours?
Probably 2 hours.
Yeah,
Took
these
2
things
hours.
take a while.
So for 2 hours, you had to fondle it.
Yeah. For 2 hours, we had to nurture and pet the Hatchimal to get it to coax it
I
out
don't
of
mean
the
to be
egg.
sexist about a hatchable.
Again, there's no way to determine what color it's going to be.
No.
At all.
That's
No.
the excitement. That's
No.
the drama.
Isn't that
That
just
was the
straight
stupidity.
gambling at that
Let's
point?
just
Like your
fast
kid
forward.
doesn't know what they're getting.
This is why Kathleen does not participate in these types
Past
of
Christmas,
right.
January,
Oh, we'll get to you, Kathleen.
every store has
Yeah.
the shipment of Hatchimals marked down below $60.
$30.
I should have just waited. And so they're even in Michael's now, like
Wow.
as the way to the checkout,
So have
completely
you like
discounted.
You have your collector's edition of the hatchable.
Oh no, you can't call it a collector's edition because it's not still in the box.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get,
well.
get your facts together here,
okay.
Harry. All right.
So, for those of you listening, I may be the crazy parent, but maybe some of you can identify.
I'm sure I
I'll
have a
say
story.
that we put all of our eggs in one basket and
On
didn't.
one hatchable. I like that. That's good. One
So we
eggs.
didn't, some parents spend, I don't know what the budget is for per kid, but we really went all in on this one toy
Okay.
as
was-
a family.
And then-
So $400 was a little extreme. It was not the perfect Hatchimal, but nothing's perfect in life, Caleb. So we actually kind of used this as a learning experience. I will never do a toy of the year again. I've learned my lesson, Harry. Please fix me.
So
There's so much guilt in that. I just don't
I
know where
did
to
have-
start with you.
That was a real
I had
roller coaster of a hell.
two moms in my life that were going for the Hatchimal. This one right here, and one of my other really good mom friends. She drove down to Waco to buy off of 5 Miles. I think it was the selling
strip?
app.
Yeah.
She bought off of 5 Miles for $450.
So she was loonier than Sarah.
For the Hatchimal?
More like wacko. Am I
God,
right?
I love these Hatchimal toys. I love these Hatchimal toys because I tell you what, it was a whole saga of parenting.
It's too
Oh,
much
man.
stress for me.
So how long has he played with that hatchable since then?
Oh my gosh, 2 days and then he was done. Yeah, and it went. Yeah, I mean,
That's generally the way it goes.
he got the toy he wanted.
And you were a successful mom.
And I
you
was
felt
successful.
All those good
she
feelings
failed at the color.
mom
though.
has.
She failed at the color.
and the color did not hatch. No,
You gambled and you lost.
So did the starfish
my
complain about the
starfish.
color?
That's how
He
she failed.
did. He
Okay,
did because
all
he
right.
wanted the green one.
All right.
Oh.
Because there's no way the audience knows. What is this starfish metaphor?
So the starfish was when Caleb got
Please?
bullied,
I'm
and
dying.
Caleb wasn't gonna deck the kid back, so he kind of flopped back as a starfish. Like my little starfish child wasn't gonna fight back.
Got it.
And so it's kind of this little metaphor that Harry's kind of taken to, and
An extreme.
No.
no, actually
You
not.
use starfish to describe him regularly.
My little starfish.
my little angel,
Your little
my
starfish.
little precious little.
Okay, so
sweet
now we've
honey
already
fish.
thrown some guilt on Sarah.
No, I
we
don't
want-
think she has guilt.
No.
I think she really feels proud that she delivered as a mom.
I do. It's a fun story to tell. At the time, it was really intense. I would not recommend overspending to that point if it's not going to be something that they've been talking about all year. It really was just this craze that everybody had
impulse.
this excitement
And
about.
where did he learn about hatchables? I mean, how does it?
The YouTube
video.
The YouTube videos.
The YouTube videos.
It's always YouTube. YouTube is
It's always
destroying my
YouTube.
life.
They are evil. I
The
tell you what,
Satan.
these companies are just having all of these different toy shows of kids playing with toys.
Oh, so like Toys R Us will have these toy
Yes.
opening
Yes,
YouTube
and they're
videos.
spending millions of dollars on kids to be able to do this, but it works.
Yes, and why did
It
you let him watch
works.
this?
No
this
more YouTube.
pornography?
We are done with YouTube.
Child porn
No
is
more
what it
toys.
is.
For those of you watching this video on YouTube.com, thanks for the ad revenue, guys. Looking at you. Woo!
Okay.
So did it occur to you while you were letting him watch all these toy videos that
So
something
we use YouTube
bad
for
could come out of
everything,
this?
right? No. I never considered that. No.
No.
It never occurred to me that maybe something bad would come up on YouTube. Fortunately, that hasn't happened.
So can you describe your feelings of fear that you weren't going to get this toy in time?
Yeah, a lot of guilt, and for him, and I actually experienced the same thing the year before because I got him the hamster. I got him the toy. I got him the pet because all he wanted for Christmas was a pet that year.
How long did it live?
Long enough.
Longer than
That's
mine.
actually
Longer
another
than Christmas
long,
Day.
that's actually a whole other thing about the runaway hamster.
Yeah, the Hatchimal made it 2 days.
Okay, so if Julia asks and never listens to this podcast, there were 3 hamsters, not 4.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, she bought 3? You bought 3?
No. My household, I killed 4 hamsters. She still thinks it was only 3.
You just don't want to tell her the truth.
So you're a murderer and a liar.
That's my idea of mothering.
AKA good mother.
Welcome to parenting. Yeah.
AKA good mother. No, honey, it was only 1.
Oh,
When I
gosh.
found the hamster that had escaped, she said, "Oh, mommy, it just got so much fatter." And I was like, "Oh yeah, it ate while it was out."
Oh, here's a question I want to ask.
Fire.
So when do we break it to them that Santa is not real? Do we wait for them
man.
to
That is-
learn this on the playground, Hard Knocks Life, or do we break it to them?
We only have like 5 minutes left in this episode.
Really?
I
I
just
think
want
this
to
might
hear.
be
I want to
Okay,
know.
so-
This is a big deal.
topic, yeah.
Caleb still believes, and we had the neighborhood kid over 4th grade, and
Yeah.
there was that moment where the kid leans over and whispers to Caleb, "So do you still believe in Santa Claus?"
Well,
And Caleb goes, "Yes." And the 4th grader goes, "Good, because I still believe in Santa Claus."
and
And I was washing dishes, and I was like,
Oh,
oh my
no.
gosh,
Oh,
this
no.
4th grader
It's
still
over.
believed in Santa Claus, but he was like relieved that Caleb still believed. But there was that moment where this
Yeah.
4th grade neighbor could have spilled the beans for all of us and ruined Christmas forever for me.
What grade is Caleb in?
He's 2nd grade.
Hanging with the older crowd. Nice.
Right.
It
It's
depends
one of
on
the
the
neighbor
child.
kids.
Yeah.
It really does.
Smoking in the boys' room.
It really depends on the child because we have a kid in Julia's class and she's in 3rd grade now since kindergarten because his mom's an atheist and she doesn't believe in quote unquote lying to her children.
There are
And
those parents
so
out there.
she's been telling him since he was a kid that Santa's not real. And so Julia just says, "Oh, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about."
Well, either there's a toy under the tree or there's not. So that's would be my explanation.
Well,
you know,
and
actually,
everybody-
what
to
about
answer
your
your
kids?
question, there's really no real good time to do this. They just kind of learn it on their own. I mean, it's kind of like I don't even remember talking to my kids about it. They just kind of like, here's what I'd like for Christmas. I guess when they were like 6 or 7, maybe. But see, I had 2 boys, and one was 7 and one was 5, so we had to keep the magic alive for the 5-year-olds. We had to lie to our 7-year-old. Not that we weren't lying to our 5-year-old, but you
AKA good fathering.
AKA good fathering. So around 7 or 8, maybe. I mean, at some point they know. They know. You don't have to say anything. They know.
Caleb is going to be devastated.
Caleb will live. Trust me. I mean, it's like he's 7 right now, but maybe by the time he's 9,
Yeah.
he will say, "Well, Santa Claus can't afford that," his mom might say, and
But then the kids who know, are they going to kind of
Wait.
behind his back
It's-
Back
tease
that up.
him?
Santa Claus can't afford a $400 Hatchimal in this household. Are you joking me? Come on now, Harry. All right.
well, she has to find her limit. And maybe
Santa
it's a
gotta pay some bills.
Maybe it's a $65,000
That's why
BMW when Starfish is 16.
That's why she guilted mom and dad, grandma and grandpa to get in
I
on
said
the
let's all
action.
go in on this
Yeah.
together. I will get the
Oh.
Hatchimal.
Yeah.
I will deliver. This will be the
You
toy.
guilted your your father and your mother.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I would do anything for
$100.
my little 7-year-old Starfish.
She's like, I had bills to pay.
I was really excited about the
Kids
Hatchimal
gotta eat.
myself.
Oh, I think that was a
We all went in.
I want
To
to say
this
it was
journey
smart, but it was really
together.
stupid, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
really
because he enjoyed
I-
this thing for like a split
48
second.
hours. Yeah.
Exactly.
To find the moral at the end of the story here, Harry, it's exactly what you said at the beginning of the episode. It's a little bit of guilt. You don't want to feel like, compared to all those moms on Instagram, you're the bad mom. You don't want to feel like you didn't get it for your kid, that you couldn't pull it together in time.
you
Like
know what's-
you feel a little guilty.
And what's crazy, Zach, is they read other moms' blogs and feel bad about it.
It only makes it worse.
Okay, then they read another blog. Oh my God, she got it too. oh dear God, I'm such a horrible parent. You're just a mom. You don't have to be.
Oh yeah, you should have seen the Instagram pictures. Prized possessions with like a row of 3 Hatchimals in a row.
So that's the purpose of Instagram, is to brag.
Pretty much.
Yes,
Okay.
it is, which is why I'm
Welcome to
glad.
social media.
Which is why I'm glad I'm actually dead inside, and my child asks for books for Christmas.
Oh, really?
I have never been asked for a major gift. This year, she wants 2 sets of books. And then what was the other thing? It was like some small plush toy that's not even the big thing.
Yeah, I think
so.
she's gaming you.
Yeah. I'd hope
Yeah,
that-
because it ends up that I always spend way more than I'm supposed to.
Why do you? I mean, we've been beating on poor little Sarah here. What's wrong with you? You don't even believe in Christmas.
What? Didn't we have the religion episode? Harry, this is
You
why
said
we're
you
not
were
allowed
Sue.
next
You
to
said
each
you
other.
were Sue.
Her sweater says Merry Elfin Christmas. So I think she's
Merry
the Christmas
Elfin
queen
Christmas,
right now.
all right.
Elfin.
Elfin.
Okay.
This is going left.
Harry, what do you want for Christmas this year?
A BMW.
Under the tree with a nice bow.
We could get him a little Hot Wheels.
You just spoiled it. Zach,
Okay.
what do you want for Christmas this year?
I want a new Nintendo. I'll be honest.
You know,
I'm a
I've
child
never-
at heart. That's my thing. I want the new Nintendo.
I
It's
don't
the
know how those
greatest.
things. I've never played a video game. I know it seems like, God damn, goodness, are you old fashioned?
That's okay.
Thank you. I'll teach you sometime. We'll do an episode, video
Okay.
games. It'll be great.
All right, I think we've burned all our time on this episode.
Well, wait, real quick. What do you two want for Christmas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Flip that mirror back on you.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Gosh, you know what it is about being moms is just enjoying and seeing Christmas through your child's eyes.
You don't have to scoreboard us over there, and your moms. And
We get it.
Hallmark
that was just a
greeting
lead.
card.
yeah, Christmas is great for us just cause.
Luckily, my boyfriend doesn't listen to podcasts.
Fortunately for us.
That's what you want for Christmas.
I did
what
all
does
I
that
wanted
mean?
last year was
Oh,
to
I
engage
get
in a
it.
home.
Really?
Now
What does
I
that mean? That's why
understand.
you're brideless,
You're
right
pointing
there.
to a piece of. You know what? Never mind. He
I'm
doesn't
pointing
listen.
to
It's
a
fine.
piece of jewelry that's on my left hand.
Yeah.
There's no diamond
He's
there.
brideless.
Do you see the diamond on that one?
I think I'd like a
I don't.
vacation
I
for
don't
Christmas.
get it.
That's what my wife and I are buying.
Whole nother
ourselves a
episode,
vacation.
Zach.
Yep.
Where are you going?
We're going to a riverboat cruise.
Oh, those are hot.
They are hot. Let me tell you.
Like Hatchimal hot.
Like
Probably
like a
like
little more than
Hatchable.
$400.
$450.
Yeah, there you go. See, your river
Shipping.
cruise to my Hatchimals. I love it. Where are you going?
April.
Okay, so this is a gift that you're giving each other. So
Yes,
you
yes.
both are on board. No surprises this
No
year?
surprises.
No surprises.
We're past that, woman. I mean, like,
But what if you get her something?
No,
She
don't-
would probably-
don't be that guy. There's
She
always
would-
the one person in the relationship that like
Yeah.
breaches that contract and then
She
gets
would-
something for the other
Right.
person.
It's-
I'll
and then
get her
makes the other
something.
person just feel bad.
More than the
you get them
limit.
guilt for Christmas.
More than the
It'll be
limit.
Christmas Eve, and he'll wake up in the middle of the night, and he's like, "I need to get her something."
I'm
to
pretty
surprise."
sure Harry will not think
You know,
that.
I
Get a-
used
get
to
a
be.
backup
I used to be
gift.
the husband who shopped Christmas Eve.
Shocker.
Waited until 6 o'clock and would run to
Yep,
the department store.
I can relate.
And like the first Christmas, I got her like some scissors.
You got her scissors for Christmas?
I can understand why
Were
you
they
think that's a
extra
foreign
sharp
concept.
to stab
Samantha.
They were. They were.
They weren't even scissors. They were tin snips.
They were gold plated. I was like, it was.
Oh, okay, they were.
She
cool.
still has them.
Harry.
What's wrong with scissors?
Scissors for Christmas. Zach, that's
help
up
us.
there with
What's
iron.
wrong with
that's
scissors?
up there with
Zach,
cutting
this
board.
has gone left. Oh my god.
Next week on the show,
Next week on the
we'll
show.
be talking Elf on the Shelf.
Thank you all. Thank you, Sarah, for that heart-wrenching story. Thank you, Kathleen, for your participation.
Did I get a participation?
Yes, you get a participation trophy. And Zach came through as an engineer
Wouldn't
yet
it be fun
again.
for all the guests to give them participation trophies
That
from
would
the
be
show?
fantastic.
I think we're going to do that.
That would be- So the parting message is, parents, don't be like Sarah.
It's a show about what not to do.
Remember, those kids will open it, be excited, and then they'll forget about it. And you will have gone to Target at 4 a.m., and then you'll hate yourself. You'll hate yourself if you don't buy the gift. You'll hate yourself if you buy the gift. Save money and hate yourself for not buying the gift.
Christmas. The moral is Christmas is material. Don't fall for it. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Will they ever Never Leave is a production of the Real News Communications Network in collaboration with Harry H. Harrison Jr. This episode was recorded and edited by Matt Stoker and myself, Zach Lewis. Production music courtesy of the Audio Jungle Music Library. To find out more about Harry and his work, or to purchase one of his books, visit www.fearlessparenting.com.
You're listening to RNCN, the digital destination for premium talk radio.